Hey everybody, Keith Bell here from the AI Powered Marketing Show, the show where we explore and investigate every day how small business owners, digital marketers, and entrepreneurs are using artificial intelligence to grow their businesses. Now, today I'm going to be sharing with you an interview I did with Mr. Jake Setterlun. Jake is a 7-time 2 Comma Club Award winner and a 2-time 2 Comma Club X Award winner. He's created several agencies. He's written a book called The Offer Code. So without further ado, let's get to this interview and help me in welcoming to the show, Jake Setterlun. Hey, everybody. Join me in welcoming to the AI Powered Marketing Show, Jake Setterlun. Jake, welcome.
Thank you so much, Keith, for having me.
Yeah, I think you approached me on was it LinkedIn, or I forget how you approached me, but I have been looking forward to this because if anybody knows what is on the back wall of his studio here, those are 2 Comma Club Awards, and I see 2 comma X Club Awards. And just to get us started, Jake, why don't you explain what that means?
Absolutely. So each one of those awards, so we have currently 7 2 Comma Club awards and then 2 of the 2 Comma Club X awards. And basically each one of those represents a different business that I've been able to take to the 7-figure mark, and then the 2 Comma Club X awards hitting the 8-figure mark.
Okay. So for all you folks out there that, you're looking for inspiration, you're looking for something to motivate you, 2 Comma Club, and don't get me wrong, I'm sure Jake will agree with this. It's not, it's not easy, right?
It took me probably 5 to 6 years before I got my first one. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So
not easy.
there's definitely some effort in it. So, but Jake, you started when you were 19 years old. How old are you now? 24?
No, I'm currently 28,
28.
almost 29.
So
Yep.
you started when you were 19. What got you, what got you hooked on the marketing bug?
Absolutely. Very similar. I know we were chatting before, very similar to your story, but long story short, I was in school for engineering and I've always been into product development. As a kid, if you asked me what do I want to be, it was an inventor. I've always liked the creation aspect of things. So that led me to being in school for engineering. And long story short, I did an internship and was like, this 9 to 5 stuff is not for me. I'm going to start my own business. So I started my own prototyping business. And as you know, you can start a business, but clients don't just come to you. So I had to learn, how do I market myself? How do I get in front of people? And really, once I learned the marketing game, I was like, wow, I can do this for other individuals. And I had spent a lot of time meeting people. Once I had gotten clients for the prototyping business, meeting people in person, doing a lot of physical work. And I was like, I just like this marketing stuff because it's all online. It's all the whole deliverable is online. I still scratch that itch of, kind of product development and creation. So that really led me down the road of, starting to do marketing for individuals. Had a few different companies that I started, failed, and then eventually kind of found the right partner, the right niche, the right industry, the right offer, and that just kind of took us to where we are now.
Now, were you mainly in the agency space? Is that where the majority of your work was done?
Yeah, a lot of it was mainly in the agency space. The way I got into marketing was the first course. I don't know if you know Ty Lopez, kind of
Yes.
little
Yes.
infamous, love the guy, hate the guy, but I got into his program and his whole pitch was obviously I was learning marketing for the prototyping company, but his whole program is also about how can I do this for others. So I started off in the SMMA space, so doing social media marketing management. We would go to golf courses, take pictures, post the pictures, do like a Tuesday trivia thing. And then we transitioned from doing all that organic marketing because it's very, unless a company has a big budget, it's very hard for them to just put money into something that they don't really see a return on. So we got into advertising, and then we've been there ever since, doing paid ads. And now we're doing a little bit of SEO stuff too. But yeah, mainly agency space since the start.
Now, one of your agencies, I should ask, do you still have all your agencies, or have you sold out,
Yeah, so
taking your
we
exit?
Yeah, no, so we kind of an interesting situation. The main one, we call it like an octopus, where it's like a main company and has a bunch of legs. So that one we are currently trying to do a wrap up to sell. We have a letter of intent. I'm learning that the whole selling a company exit thing is just not, as easy as people make it out to be. So that's why I say we're trying to, because we're still going through all the due diligence and that whole transition and whatnot. But we are going through an exit phase with that. And then I have two other agencies that we're not selling, that we're just, continuing to run and operate. So the answer to that is yes and no.
Yes and no.
Exiting, but keeping some others.
Now, one of them was your LinkedIn ads agency. Are you keeping that or getting rid of that one?
We're keeping that.
Yeah.
We're keeping that one, and then we have one that's based off like SEO and all that stuff, and we're keeping that one as well. It's the paid ads one that we're really just trying to um, exit, sell, move on to bigger and better stuff.
Yeah. So, how long have you been doing the LinkedIn ads? Because they've gotten more and more popular, probably the last 10 years.
Absolutely. It's one of those things that we always started when we had our, the company that just, it hit, we had the right offer, right industry, and took off. I'm the marketing guy, I'm the back end guy, so I was always doing the agency marketing. So that means I'm running ads to get our sales team appointments to sell and get clients. And one day I was like, I'm gonna just try some LinkedIn ads, because we had maxed out Facebook and it worked. It hit. The next company we did, LinkedIn actually became about like an 80 to 90% of where we were getting our clients from in that specific industry. So it was always something that, probably for the last 4 years, 5 years now, that has just been a staple for us to get clients from. And then, again, a few years ago, I was like, wow, we could do this for other people. It's kind of a blue ocean offer. Not a lot of people are
Hmm.
offering LinkedIn ads. So that was really the motivation there. And it's it's just a completely different platform, because on Facebook, it's everybody's like, look at me, look what I did. They have their click funnels that they're holding up and saying, buy my course.
Yes.
And LinkedIn is such a professional platform. So I find that the clients coming from there, our sales team can account that they're just a more refined individual, and it's a business transaction. It's like, hey, I'm here to learn what you do. It's a yes or no if we want to work together. It's not that high pressure sales, kind of stuff when you're getting a LinkedIn lead.
Yeah, it's more. It's yeah, it's more. I've definitely found that the leads I've gotten off LinkedIn have been of a much better caliber. Plus, you know, up until August, I was running an agency, and I decided to close my agency and focus on my education company. And one of the reasons I stopped was because you have to have, you have to charge more, and then you also have to have a team. And my target market and my passion has always been helping a small business owner. Well, they're not going to spend $3,000 a month to pay my marketing agency. So, and you have to do a lot more hand holding with the small business owner, because they're just worried about operating their business. This marketing stuff is often an afterthought for them. Whereas with the bigger agencies, bigger clients, that's that's a billable expense that they're trying to build. So who's your target audience?
Yeah, so we have quite an interesting product that, over time it's developed into, where it's not just doing ads and leads anymore. We started off, and we're currently in the real estate and insurance space. Those are our two biggest. So real estate agents, mortgage brokers, insurance agents. And the reason I say that's our biggest is because those are the individuals that really understand, how do I work a lead, book an appointment, get them to close. We've expanded into the health and wellness space and the service-based industry space, which is like home services and whatnot. And those individuals, kind of like what you said, they're a local service business. They're not so, they want to run a business. They don't want to follow up and be a salesperson. Whereas insurance, real estate, they're okay being a salesperson because that's just part of the job. So we're currently, as far as our advertising marketing companies, really kind of, service any type of business, with the LinkedIn ads too. Really trying to focus on the online businesses there. But our product over time, again, going off what you said, is we before were just like, hey, we're going to run your ads and get you leads. And though most people don't understand how to convert a lead from Facebook, a lead from Instagram to an actual closed client, because it's not so much about, I mean, you obviously have to sell what you do, but you also have to sell yourself because they don't trust you. Whereas if somebody finds you on Google, you don't have to sell them on doing X, Y, and Z. You just have to sell them on yourself because they're already sold on getting that type of service. But when somebody clicks on an ad, they're not even sold on that specific service yet. They're not sold on buying a home. They're just clicking around like they're super top of funnel. So we've implemented things like voice AI, so AI setters to help them book those appointments. We have a lot of nurture campaigns. I don't know if you know what high level is, go high level. We have, a lot of nurture campaigns set up in that. So long story or long answer short is we service all these different industries, but it really comes down to it being a full system that we're now giving individuals. It's not just marketing, ads, and leads. It's
Right.
that plus a back end to help nurture, book appointments, things like that.
A complete ecosystem, where they can, come to you and they're gonna get like from front to back. You talked a little bit there about, and I'm just doing this for my audience. Talk a little bit about the difference between a Facebook lead and a Google lead. Can you
Sure.
explain why they're different?
Yeah, it really comes down to where they're at in the funnel. So if you think of a funnel as where is somebody along the way in terms of the buying journey. So we'll use real estate as an example. If somebody's looking to buy a house, if they're typing in Google real estate agent near me or realtor near me, most likely means they're further down the funnel because they're closer to actually taking action and buying a house. So when somebody is running an ad on a keyword that is realtor near me and they click on that ad and they submit their information, that's going to be a pretty good lead because there's intent behind them searching and actually taking action to find a real estate agent to talk with, about whatever they might need, whether it's selling their home, buying a home. If somebody sees an ad, it's a little bit more intrusive. We call it direct response, where I'm running an ad that's triggering an emotional response from an individual to get them to take action. So it's almost like I'm psychologically convincing them or using a lead magnet to get them to take action, to click, submit their information, and then that's going to the real estate agent. So when I'm saying, hey, click here, submit your info, sending that lead over to the real estate agent, they might not actually be as serious as somebody that's free will taking action versus I don't want to say manipulating. I'm kind of dancing around that word because it's just psychology. Um, but when I'm showing somebody and I'm asking somebody to take action, the intent behind that lead is higher funnel, top of funnel, where they might be interested in just seeing, the homes available, seeing what the market looks like. But there's not a lot of intent to actually move forward. Not saying that people won't move forward. It just takes a lot more of those individuals and a lot more nurturing to get them to take action versus somebody that's on Google. Again, they're already sold on the process. They're already sold on the product. They're just not sold on who they're going to work with. When they're seeing a Facebook ad, they're not sold on who they're going to work with. And even if that product, that service is something that they need.
Yeah, I did an episode not too long ago where I talked about Ryan Dice. Um, Ryan talks about marketing or digital marketing is like dating. You know, you don't just walk up to a girl on the street and say, "Hey, you want to get married?" You have to build that relationship, and depending on where they're at in a relationship, like you said, a Facebook ad might be like coffee and a sit down and get together, whereas Google ad might be, or Google lead might be more like you've had 3 dates now. We're ready to move to the next level. So I like to try to use analogies as much as I can, so people get and understand that. So um, you've had a bunch of successes, but I want you to talk a little bit about some of your failures too, because you mentioned them, and I never look at failure as failure. I just look at it as another opportunity to learn.
Absolutely. I want to say that and again, like we still have it, these awards on my background, they show top line revenue. It's not bottom line revenue. It's not, net, it's gross. So, um, that's one thing that I always like to tell people is that like the business, like we've had a lot of success growing and scaling businesses, but it's not all sunshines and rainbows. Some of the biggest losses we've had where we're losing month over month have been because we just really don't know how to run businesses. Again, mid 20s, getting out of college, and you know I don't know what I'm doing. We have our company's doing $1 million a month, and we don't really know what we're doing here. So we've had a lot of failures. One of them is being having a completely outsourced support team. That led us to not having good quality control on our products. That company was hiding a lot of some of the negative stuff that they were hearing from clients, because they want us to keep paying them for the people. When you have 25, 30 people with a company, they want to continue to get paid because that's a big account for them. So that was definitely one of the biggest learning lessons, failures, is having a completely outsourced support team. And then we're getting reputation issues, and we're hearing stuff from clients that, like, hey, why aren't you guys picking up the phone? And trying to bring that support team in house after you're already built up, you're already scaled, and you're so, like, again, you have thousands of clients that you have to fulfill with. That was hard, and that was that caused us, again, going from the $1 million months down to 20 to 30,000 dollars a month within a year. So again, like, I don't know if it gets any worse than that, when your business is just up and then completely down, and having to fund the business for me and my partner, I think, funded the business like out of our bank account, team members and whatnot, to try to get everything back on the track for like 12 or 13 months, just to make sure that our team members that we did have in house, and then pulling other people in and hiring, and making sure that we don't have to shut things down and just tell our clients, hey, sorry, good luck. So that was one of the biggest thing, is quality control, having control over what are you actually doing for your customers, because at the end of the day, your reputation is everything. That's what matters, is are you delivering on what you sold people, a good product, and everything like that. So that's been one of the biggest learning lessons that had the biggest financial impact. But then I also think learning more about myself. I had 3 different marketing agencies, different partnerships, that just didn't go anywhere when I was first starting. And there's definitely a lesson in each one of those about finding the right partner and things like that. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Have you ever had to fire any of your clients?
all the time. All the time, unfortunately, when you get a message from your onboarder and they're like, I just had a 2-hour call with this client and they were picking apart everything. It's like, that client's better off just, hey, we're going to refund you, cancel your agreement. You know,
Yeah.
sorry, but good luck.
Yeah, that was kind of the approach I took too. It's like, it's a relationship. I mean, you're going to be working intimately within their business, and they're going to be working with you. But if you can't, if you can't work together, um, it's, it's more counterproductive than anything.
Yep.
So, I can definitely understand that. You're a real big advocate for leveraging AI and automation and marketing. How have both of these helped you revolutionize the way that you do business?
Absolutely. So I think it's twofold. We definitely use it a lot on our back end. Again, every day I'm integrating more and more chat GBT prompts, some auto responses. We still do rely on a lot of human interaction with support, but again, a lot of, just implemented AI stuff specifically for copywriting, marketing purposes, images, editing, transit, like just all that kind of stuff. But really, the biggest impact AI has had on our business is definitely for our clients, and that's the voice AI and the texting AI, because that's really getting our clients better results. Is, hey, you don't have to follow up with this lead, we're going to have voice AI do it. And I'm not saying that it's perfect, but 80/20 rule, you're going to get 80% of the result spending 20% of the time that you would have versus spending all this time normally, and maybe getting a few leads to convert. But now it's all automated. AI is gonna text them, voice AI is calling them up, having a little bit of a conversation, qualifying those leads, and then booking the appointments for them on their calendar. And again, it's just reducing a lot of the time that our clients have to spend doing the traditional sales approach of following up with leads, calling them every day, that kind of stuff.
Right. Um, I don't know. Have you listened to any of my episodes on the show? I don't know if you checked out the one with TJ Walker.
I did not see that one.
All right. So TJ Walker is a life coach, and he works with a company called Delphi AI,
Okay.
and they actually create complete clones of you where you can have a customer service Keith pop up and talk to you. It blew me away, and I was surprised it was reasonably priced on a monthly basis. But um, one of the benefits of doing this show for the last year is I have seen, like, from all the interviews that I've done, I think I'm up to about 20 now. I've just seen some amazing ways and creative ways that entrepreneurs are using AI. You know, um, just to do things. So let's see what my next question is here. So one of the, or actually, there's a couple of them that you use: SynthFlow, Go High Level, and UpX. Now, I'm familiar with Go High Level because I've done some design work in there. But how have they been impactful in your business?
Absolutely. So synth flow is the we'll use this analogy. Go high level is the engine and the frame of our business. It really is. It makes everything go round, and inside of there, you have the AI texting, you have funnel builders, websites, all that kind of stuff, and then you have the body, which is really UpEx, which is the ads, the marketing, everything that we're basically able to do to get clients, whether it's for us or for our customers to get leads and clients and booked appointments, things like that. And then you have all the details and the trim and everything like that, and that's synth. That's the voice AI. That's kind of the cherry on top. That's like, hey, we have this amazing system that's Go High Level that we basically can run anybody's business. We run our business out of. um, and then, again, you have the marketing to fuel the business. And then you have, synth, which is just making everything so much easier.
So, the one question I guess I had, because you've got two comma clubs on your back wall there. Are you still using ClickFunnels?
We are. You know what? I shouldn't say that. I was going to say, right now it's just a legacy thing to get the ClickFunnel awards,
Right.
because you can do pretty much everything in high level. But I will say, ClickFunnels does have a couple unique features, and one of them is their survey funnel or their quiz funnel.
Hmm.
The UI on that's the one thing with Go High Level is that it doesn't have a lot of just
Hey, digital marketers, entrepreneurs, and tech enthusiasts. Ready to elevate your AI game? Check out the AI Powered Marketer newsletter from Keith Bell, host of the AI Powered Marketing Show. The AI Powered Marketer newsletter is your go-to resource, packed with actionable insights, cutting-edge tools, and the latest news in AI and digital marketing. Whether you're optimizing sales funnels, exploring new AI strategies, or staying ahead of industry trends, this newsletter has you covered. Don't miss out on the chance to supercharge your marketing efforts. Subscribe now. Just click the link in the show notes to sign up today, and remember, the future of marketing is here and it's powered by AI. See you in the newsletter.
out of the box UI designs unless you know how to do CSS coding, all that kind of
Right.
stuff, which we can get, but it's not always the greatest is something that's like perfected out of the box. So ClickFunnels, their application and their quiz funnel, we actually still use because we found that it converts better. Even if we tried to make it on Go High Level, it's just not the same. And then also for some of our companies, we run low ticket products like $27, get X, Y, and Z, and then book an appointment with our team. And ClickFunnels checkout is significantly better than Go High Levels just because their UI for the Apple Pay versus credit card is just so much better. Again, it's kind of like one of those things. Go High Level,
Yeah.
great. Can't say anything bad about it, but it's not. If you want something specific or you want a specific solution, there's something else that's going to convert better. And for us, again, it's the purchases and the applications and the leads and that kind of stuff. So we do still use ClickFunnels. It's not completely X'd out yet, but definitely use it a lot less.
Yeah. One thing I would say is that the thing that I love most about it being a funnel designer was the platforms are identical, almost identical. Like the builder, the editor, almost identical on both of them. So that made it super easy when I was doing freelancing. People would say, "Hey, can you do this and Go High Level?" Yes, I'm like, "Yes, I can," because the platform's the same. So
Absolutely. It
it made
was.
it
Oh, sorry.
it made it much easier. That I will say that.
100% to pick. There is still something about High Level. It's like unless you really put a lot of time into it, it's like I know that was built on High Level. Like everything has like that look. ClickFunnels, I feel like it's easier to make it look a little bit more unique. That it's like that's not High Level. What is that type of thing?
Yeah, but I mean, I love both platforms. I can't say anything bad about either one. Just where I'm at in the stage of my business, I'm just using ClickFunnels at this point. But at some point in time, I did have a high level account for about a year.
Okay.
That was running my agency. So when I shut my agency down, that went bye bye. So, but I can't say anything bad about either one. Talk a little bit about what's the other one, Uphex. I never heard of that one.
Yeah, I think the best way to put it is it's an ad launcher that bolts on to Go High Level. So you can
Okay.
embed it, integrate it right into Go High Level. And what it allows you to do, specifically our clients, is we have winning ads, templated ads that are in the real estate industry for specific offers. If you want to buy, if you want to sell, insurance, like we have the, templated proven ads in all of the industries that we work in. And what we're able to do is upload those into Uphex, and then our clients from their CRM account, their high level account, can actually launch our proven ads directly inside of their account instead of going into Ads Manager. So it just makes it a lot simpler that if a insurance agent is like, I'm not selling life insurance anymore, I need to focus on PNC, they just go into their CRM, 3 clicks, and they have a PNC leads campaign launched instead of having to navigate Facebook. Same thing, they have Google inside of their Google ads as well. So Yeah, it's just, I think, streamlined the marketing and the advertising aspect for our clients, and it's also made our product and our system just full transparency. We don't do much done for you. It's actually a done with you program. So it's, hey, we're giving you all this stuff. Here are our winning campaigns. If you want to launch, whatever you want to launch, this is how you do it. We can get on a call, show you. And then the client, full free availability to launch whatever marketing that they want. So it definitely, it's advertising bolt on to go high level, but it gives the client the flexibility to change up their marketing in a super easy manner.
Yeah, I think done with you is probably the best way to do a lot of things now, because people want that control, that impact, and there's some people out there that are generally curious and want to learn about how all their back end works.
Yep.
I was doing a lot of done for you stuff. I mean, I was getting paid more,
Sure.
but I had a lot more headaches because I had to constantly ask questions and constantly, hold hands and things like that. So,
Yeah.
uh, I'm sorry, Gab.
No, I was just gonna say it's a super interesting aspect and just way that the client looks at it, because when they know it's done with you, I feel like they take more responsibility over actually doing it themselves, because we did done for you for a long time too, and you just become like a team member in their company, but you're
Yes.
you're not getting paid what you should, is
Yeah.
kind of
Well,
how I looked at it.
I, 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 I had a done for you client that basically I was building his business, and I said, no, that's not what I'm here to do.
Yep.
I'm not here to build your business, your revenue stream, and all that stuff. I'll implement what your vision and what your plan is for the future, but I'm not, you know, developing the frameworks for how you're going to make money. That's not going to happen. So
Yeah, you'll need equity for that. Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, at that point I was like, well, if I'm going to do that, I want a percentage of the biz.
Yep.
So that's just one of those learning experiences, that you pick up along the way as you're building your business. So I want to transition here to I'm going to talk about two things. What I think are the two most important things in marketing. The first is defining your buyer persona and who your ideal customer is, because like I just said, I was talking to everybody about AI, but marketing to no one. And I've really, really drilled down this year to focus on small businesses, digital marketers and entrepreneurs. How important is that in, your success?
The most important. That knowing, who you're going after, niching down, but then having an offer that speaks to those type of individual and those individuals only. Honestly, that's what makes or breaks a business, because I use the example all the time. Everybody knows how to do Facebook ads, but if I know that, I help real estate agents close 5 deals every single month on autopilot using our 4-step system, something like that kind of offer, guaranteed, whatever, that's going to attract more people into my funnel, allow me to pitch more people. Even if I just do Facebook ads, that way of speaking and understanding that real estate agents hate Facebook ads, but they like making money. So I need to speak to what they want, not speak to what I think, or not speak about what I'm doing, if that makes sense, on the back end. So having the right offer, niching down, having the right industry, like that can make or break a business, because you can always figure out the back end. You can always make the back end better, but you might have the best back end and marketing, fulfillment, all that stuff in the world. But if you're not bringing individuals into your business, um, it makes it really hard to scale.
Yeah, it's kind of like trying to make, and we're going to talk about this now, but trying to make that offer that you would make to a real estate agent to a chiropractor. If you don't define your audience, you don't define who your target market is, your messaging, your branding, all that's not going to resonate with them. The second, and I think, Russell Brunson says that the offer is the most important thing. I agree with them, but I think starting out with your buyer persona first, because if you don't know what your buyer persona is, you can't build your offer. You wrote a book on the offer. What's it called?
The offer code.
The offer code. Okay.
Absolutely.
And talk a little bit about your book and why, especially, there's a lot of small businesses out there when you talk to them about buyer persona and offers, their eyes glaze over. Like if I'm talking to a plumber, he's going to be like, well, why do I need an offer? I go to their house. They call me. I go to their house. I work on their plumbing. Well, yeah, you can create an offer.
Absolutely.
So talk a little bit about your book and about offers.
Yeah. So my book, again, came from the passion of that really being the key to my success that I've had over the years. Our success, I have partners in, all my businesses, and without really understanding, and again, I 100% agree with you. You need to have, understand who your niche is, what your industry is. Once you have that, put an offer together, take it to the industry, and then refine your offer, because it changes over time, it develops. But the offer, it's kind of like your elevator pitch that you use for marketing. It's what pain problem, what solution, what monetary gain, any type, like what are you doing for your target market in X amount of time? How are you doing it? And then, what's your guarantee? What's your risk reversal? So even for like that plumber, you could say something, you guaranteed, 24-hour, fix, that would be
Continuity program.
something like, again, you can put it together. I guess if you go broader, I'm thinking marketing, but
Yeah.
we help homeowners, fix their plumbing issues as soon as possible, in and out within 60 minutes, highest quality work in the DFW area, something like that.
Right.
But like, again, it's your pitch. This is exactly what I'm doing. This is how I'm doing it. This is what I'm solving for you. This, if you have a guarantee, you're taking that on there, and it allows you to really speak also to your audience, because when your audience wants your solution or has the pain of whatever your offer is, that's when they are motivated to actually take action. Versus, again, if I'm just running an ad that says, hey, I do Facebook ads for individuals, most people, number one, there's no pain point to that, and there's very, very few people that are really in the market for Facebook ads. Like, I need to find a Facebook ads expert. But all, real estate, again, going back to real estate, in my experience, real estate agents will click on an ad all day that says, figure out how we're able to help real estate agents close 3 to 5, homes every single month with our 4-step AI system or something like that. So it all comes down to motivation of why an individual would actually engage in clicking on an ad, becoming a lead, booking an appointment. And I think it's just the foundation of marketing.
Now, if I understand from reading your bio and looking at the book, it's all about creating that irresistible offer. How has AI and automation kind of helped redefine how we get there?
That's a really good question, and I think it helps you refine the offer up front without having to, I don't want to say waste as much time, but go through the struggles that I'm sure you went through and that I went through when you pick an industry and then you start getting on calls and you start pitching them what you do. And then you're like, oh, like they don't actually like that, or they don't even care that we're posting on social media for them. They only want this piece of the puzzle. But now you can use AI, you can ask ChatGPT, have a full conversation and say, list out 10 of the biggest pain points that a real estate agent might have in their business. And then, you could say, factoring in those 10 pain points, what's an offer? I do X, Y, and Z. These are my services. Without saying that these are my services, create an offer for me or create 10 different offers for me that help solve those specific pain points of that, individual. And then you pick the one that you like the best, you combine a couple of them, and then you take it to market and see how they're responding. But it allows you to get further down the road without having to do a lot of the testing up front.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I'm working on with my new product is I'm trying to get more data driven decision making and using AI to, really dig deeper. I'm kind of a data geek. Like, I love looking at numbers and analyzing stuff. Um, and I think AI can definitely help, with it's very fast at analyzing data. I mean, I've been shocked at how fast it is, and it gets faster all the time. How much are you using AI in that part of your business?
Yeah, it's that again, every day we get a little bit more into it. For me personally, we have tools that we use for, sales to analyze sales calls, give us, summaries of calls, summary of client calls, things like that. But for me specifically, again, I'm constantly building out the business, the automations, the back end. So it's almost turned into like a virtual assistant for me in
Mm-hmm.
some sense, where I'm not going to Google, I'm not going to YouTube. If I, need to learn how to do something or figure out how to do something, I'm saying, hey, ChatGPT, whatever, make me X, Y, and Z automation or show me how to do it. And then it's spitting exactly out what I need to do for that specific thing. So again, it's taking over. It's really supplementing a lot of the traditional ways that we would do things.
Yeah. You kind of touched upon something that I wanted to ask you about. How do you think AI has changed the way that consumers search for things?
It's very interesting, but I think it's good and bad because even on Google now, when you search for something, the first thing is AI. This is X, Y, and Z. So I think it's good in a sense that it allows you to get information faster without having to search for it. If again, you used to, search for something, I'd have to click on 5 different links, maybe go through a bunch of forms to actually figure out that, oh, here, here's my solution. And now, Google's spitting out that solution information, whatever I'm looking for. I also think on the flip side of that, is that information right? And are you putting more trust into AI because you think that like, oh, that's just what it is. And it's kind of, back in the day when everybody was like, don't trust everything you read on the internet. I think it's the same thing with AI, that definitely, use some common sense because, where is that information coming from? Obviously it's scanning Google, but if you're, looking for something different, or again, that information just might not be the actual answer that you're looking for and might steer you in a wrong direction. So I think that's the negative part of it, is that
Yeah.
because everybody's reliant on AI and trusts it so much that, who knows what it's spitting out is actually, what
Yeah.
ethically, what you're looking for.
Yeah. When ChatGPT, I don't know if you ever had an experience with uh, an AI hallucination, but uh, when I first started using ChatGPT, I was writing an article on for one of my clients on bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. That's a mouthful to say,
Yeah.
but I didn't know anything about that. So I did a search and I asked to write an article for me that I could use. And I thought, you know what? I just want to go in and check the links that it provided me,
Okay.
for the websites. And I started clicking on the links, and they were like completely fabricated. They were like ChatGPT just made them up, and I'm like, oh, that's not good, So I always tell my clients, if you're using AI, make sure that there's still human oversight in whatever you do. Um, you know, because and I've noticed now, have you noticed on the bottom of ChatGPT, it has the thing that says ChatGPT does make mistakes.
Yep.
Well, yes, yes, it does. So especially when you're doing image creation and like the guy's got 3 legs,
Yep.
fade. So I mean, it's a great tool, but it's still not perfect. And it's the old computer term GIGO, garbage in, garbage out. If the data's bad, you
It could
never know.
summarize really well, but you're still gonna
That's
have
great at
bad,
summarizing
bad
stuff. I mean,
summary if you give it bad data. So
like
absolutely.
it's got its own set of dangers. So I just want to wrap up here with if there was any piece of advice you can give to a young entrepreneur, small business person that is thinking about, you know, tipping their toes into this world that we're in that we love so much, what would that one piece of advice be?
Absolutely. My opinion, this might sound a little cheesy, but do it and don't give up, because I truly believe that anybody can do anything as long as they just stick to it and they stick on the path, and every day they scratch the surface a little bit deeper to get where they want to go. Um, that's what I would have to say. I wasted a lot of time just, changing up my direction, changing up my path. But if you have, somewhere that you want to get, and you just every single day inch and inch and inch towards where you want to go, you'll eventually get there. And I believe anybody, and again, you see it online where some people just have success in a year, and others, it doesn't come quick. And unfortunately, the people that get quick success drowned out the ones that built something, substantial over a long period of time. But those are the people that you should really be like, looking at and idolizing. So yeah, just, if you have a dream, just work towards it every day, get a little better, and stick to it, stick on the path, and eventually you'll get there.
Yeah, I can't agree more. This was a completely foreign world to me. When I first got started, I'd been a police officer for 25 years. I retired, and I told you the story before where I started a Shopify store, and I'm like, okay, my store's here. Why isn't everybody buying?
Yep.
There was so much that I've had to learn over the last 7 years and invest in myself and invest in knowledge. And I'm kind of addicted to it. I mean,
Yeah.
like marketing is great because um, you can create something from nothing. And I think that's probably what stimulates your original passion for being a inventor. I like the fact that I can create something from nothing, and I'm doing it on a $900 laptop.
Yep.
And the returns I'm getting are so much, so much better. But
100%.
so I'll leave it there. But if people want to find you, what's the best way to find you? I know you're trying to build a personal brand.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Trying to get that out there. But the biggest is just jakesetterlun.com, or optimized Jake on Instagram.
Yeah, I like your Tesla truck, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah.
Was that an option where it came gold plated?
No. That was a wrap.
Yeah, I was okay.
So
I was gonna say, did you know they're bulletproof and burn proof now? Did you see
they,
that?
I did not. No. I,
Yeah, well, if you listen to I don't know if I can't remember the name of the podcast or YouTube channel. They actually took a Tesla, shot it up. I thought it was Elon Musk that actually shot it up, and then we got the nut job that pulled it up in front of the Las Vegas hotel.
yeah.
And the only reason it didn't do more damage was because the Tesla truck, and I gotta say that the truck is ugly as hell, but but it contained all the fire and everything to inside the truck. everything else was gone, but it contained it inside the truck. So, but yeah, go check out Jake's website. He's got a great picture of him. Were you sitting on top of it or standing on top? I can't remember.
Yeah, we had to sitting on top with the awards on the bottom. Just a little photo shoot.
It was pretty cool. So if you want to find Jake, go to Setterlun.com and check him out. And get inspired. And what kind of services do you offer on?
Absolutely. So we have, our LinkedIn ads. If anybody's looking to, get some higher quality leads with professionals. And then we are also rolling out slowly. We're not there yet. I'm super big against like the big courses type stuff. Never really wanted to get into that, but we're rolling out a school community for individuals that want to learn, some of the processes, frameworks that we've went through and developed again over the last 10 years of what's worked for us. That if you're looking to start an online business, that you can get something from some of the stuff we've developed and just stress tested over the last few years. So yeah,
Cool. Alex Hermosi in school, I mean, are just blowing up.
it's cool. It's a cool little ecosystem. I've known about it for a while, and we
Yeah,
finally
I've been using it for a while too, and it's
okay.
like the Fletcher method with Aaron Fletcher. I mean, that was one of the first school courses or classes or communities I got involved with, and he's great. So
That's awesome.
check it out. Go to his website. Check out check out Justin or Jake's school. When's your school platform going to come out?
Yeah, so we're scheduled to launch in the next 2 weeks. Actually, we have about 50% of the content actually filmed and getting edited currently, and we're going to do a little beta launch where just join for free, start going through some of the content, and then once everything's launched, we'll probably start charging, $47 a month, $100 a month.
Yeah, and that's a great way to give back to to the newbies out there that want to learn, and want to get more knowledge. So we
Absolutely.
appreciate you doing that. Jake, I want to thank you for coming on the show. You have truly inspired me. I wish I would have known all this stuff when I was, um, 28 years old, 19 years old. But I had a passion for what I was doing. I was 28. I absolutely loved what I did for 25 years. I was just looking for a new passion, and I found it in digital marketing. So you've definitely inspired me. And thanks for coming on the show.
Absolutely, Keith. Thank you so much for having me again.